What have you done, Canon? Hello guys, my name is Sonor. I hope you all doing good. Today we're gonna talk about Canon R5. Excuse my voice, I'm a little bit sick, but don't worry, I will not transfer that from the camera to you. I promise that. So you don't need to wear masks or anything while you're watching this video. I want to talk about a couple of things. First of all, I want to explain what you're gonna hear in this video. We're gonna talk about a little bit R5 specs, just a little. I'm not gonna go so deep in because we have already seen the Canon launch and there is a lot of videos out there if you want to really dive into specs. But I want to talk mainly about the overheating issue. A lot of people is complaining about this overheating issue. So if you're interested about this issue, stay tuned for that. Let's talk about what R5 is capable of. R5 is able to shoot 8K RAW up to 30 frames per second and 4K RAW up to 120 frames per second. Plus, in all video formats, you will be able to use dual pixel autofocus 2 and 5-axis image stabilization. If you have RF lenses with IS, that goes up to 8-axis image stabilization. And plus, R5 is going to have two dual card slots. One of them is going to be ST and the other one is going to be CF Express. The reason why I wanted to make this video is the overheating issue. I have talked about this issue actually before this camera has came out. You can check it up here somewhere. 2 months ago, I was already pointing out this issue when I saw the first spec list and which Canon has released. I was checking the list and I saw that it is able to shoot 8K RAW, and first thing which came to my mind, how? Because this is a mirrorless body. It's nearly the same with EOS R, the body wise. It doesn't have any built-in fans or anything, so of course there will be overheating issue because 8K RAW is kind of not this time's technology in my opinion, because nobody has even 8K screens or anything, and if you want to edit those 8K RAW files, you need a giant of a machine which will be able to deal with those. While we're talking about these, and Canon already announced that R5 will have like 30 minutes record time with 8K RAW, and I think it's also same with the 4K RAW. I saw a lot of videos, everybody was complaining about this so much, and I decided to make this video because I was like, what are they thinking? Because 8K RAW, I mean, if you check the Cine cameras, current Cine cameras, but they're like giant machines which, they have fans built in, and this is just a mirrorless body, which will be like, so handy dandy, like a run and gun, and the size of thing is really small. And how on earth you can complain about the overheating because it's so obvious that it will have it in the first place. And the second thing I want to point out is, which is really important, that not everybody is like talking about. I saw a couple of people which is aware of, if you're shooting 8K RAW, that file size will be enormous. And you're gonna use CF Express cards. I just want to check actually right now how much the CF Express cards cost, so I can just deliver that information right away. 128 GB CF Express card costs $300. And if you're shooting with the R5 8K RAW, that card will be full in 13 minutes. So you need bigger CF Express card for sure. And let's say you have 256 GB CF Express card. If you don't have, it costs $590, and you will be able to shoot 26 minutes with that if it's empty. And then you have to wait like 10 minutes, the camera will cool down, and then you can shoot again. But who would like to do that? That I'm like wondering, because I don't want to do that. To be honest, I'm not gonna shoot that long video if I have the R5 right now. There's no way on earth, for example, if I'm like right now I'm doing a YouTube video, there's no way on earth right now I will put 8K running there. Doesn't make any sense, because I will take that file from the camera. Let's say I did it, like, I shoot 26 minutes video to my CF Express card, which is 256 GB. I put it to my PC or Mac, and I started editing that. I have to transfer first that file to my computer. I have to storage that, of course, and plus I have to start editing that, which will be like super hard. You have to have a giant machine which will be able to deal with 8K RAW codec, which is that size of a file. If you think these things are connecting together and they make sense to you and you want to do that anyway, go ahead and shoot that long. Don't complain about the overheating issue, because that's super normal. The current PCs aren't even, if they're not giant of a machine, they're not even able to handle it. They are like super big machines. But this mirrorless body, Canon has put all that technology in, is able to shoot that footage for you for 30 minutes and you're complaining about it. I just don't get it. This camera is amazing if you're planning to use, for example, for B-rolls, like, small B-roll shots, like let's say maximum 1 minute. Like it will be around 20 seconds a B-roll, You shoot something and then you take another take and blah blah blah. And while you're doing that, of course you can, close the camera because you have to figure out your framing and such. In that case, I think this camera will be amazing for you. It's amazing for aerial photography. If you're gonna put it on a drone, you can go and from the sky you can shoot 4K, raw images, which is super amazing. I think if you're in air photography business, I think you should get R5 if you're able to put it on air with a drone. 8K RAW will be amazing to have for sure. So long story short, this camera is a video machine and also photography machine, which will be capable of doing both without any problems. In my opinion, 30 minutes record time on a video with this much specs is totally fine. If you're talking on a camera on YouTube, I think you will be able to deal with it somehow. If you want to shoot 8K RAW, that's up to you. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't recommend that at all, but you can of course do that. But I will stay tuned and I will for sure see some reviews, see how the camera is actually performing. This overheating issue might be a bigger issue than I thought it is, so that's why I would like to wait a little. I would recommend you to doing the same, but if you're like concerned about this overheating issue, you shouldn't do that super much, because as I was saying, if you're gonna shoot 8K RAW, you wouldn't like to go over 1 minute video. It will be super big, I think 13 gigabytes. It doesn't make any sense to, go over 1 minute, let's say 2 minutes. So if you're fine with those giant file sizes, of course you can, shoot more than 1 minute, 2 minutes, 12 minutes. It's up to you. But I think this camera is a beast. And if this stuff is like worrying you, of course you have to wait for sure to purchase the camera. That's it for today, guys. What do you think about the R5? Please leave a comment down below. What do you think about the camera in general? I think it's amazing. Please, speak up and let's see, what we end up with. I mean, this overheating issue, we can talk about it days. For some people it's not a problem, but of course for some people it can be a problem. I would like to hear about that as well. If you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, it helps me a lot and it will not cost you anything. And see you guys in the next one.